the whole story changes. For most of my life, the Bible read like a drawer of loose photographs. Creation here, a flood there, some patriarchs, a law, some kings, a stack of prophets, 400 years of silence, then suddenly Jesus, then letters, a pile, and I'd been taught to treat the new as the real thing and the old as the warm-up. Through the Memra, the pile became a story. One story, with one figure walking the whole length of it. Let me walk it with you fast, and you'll see, because this is the lens, and everything I've written since reads through it. It opens with a word, and the word walks. God said, and there was light. By the word of Yahuwah the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their host. Genesis 1:3, Psalm 33:6. The source, his word, his breath, making a world. Then the word walks in it. They heard the voice of Yahuwah God walking in the garden. Genesis 3:8. The uncontainable source does not pace in garden. The manifestation does, and the synagogue heard it exactly so. The Memra of Yahuwah walking. He keeps walking, eating under Abraham's tree, wrestling Jacob to dawn, speaking I am from the flame. At Sinai he takes on weight you can see, the kavod that fills the tent so a nation can have him near and live. Even the enemy reads truer here. The accuser is no dark second God, only a creature under the one God's hand. The story never had two powers. And the prophets see him enthroned, the Lord high and lifted up, whose glory John says was his. Isaiah 6, John 12:41. The Son of Man coming on the clouds to the Ancient of Days. Daniel 7, the manifestation before the source. The same throne and the same figure the entire time. Then the figure does the one thing left to do. He steps all the way in. The Word became flesh and tabernacled among us, and we have seen his glory. John 1:14. Not a new character arriving in chapter 40. The same one, the Word who spoke the light, walked the garden, ate with Abraham, burned in the bush, filled the temple, now wearing skin, with a name, Yeshua. At the cross the whole weight of it lands. Not a junior deity sent to do the hard work, not a God play-acting a death he could never truly die. The manifestation emptied into a real man, dying the death we had earned, with rescue one word away, and his mouth shut on it. The God who pitched his tent in the camp now lets the tent be torn down from the inside for us. And then the breath comes home, the same ruach that hovered over the waters, that came upon prophets and kings, and then withdrew, is now poured in to stay. Acts 2. The manifestation, having lived and died and risen, breathes his own presence into his people, and the door shut since the garden stands open. God no longer only with us, but in us, and it closes where it began. One throne, the throne of God and of the Lamb, and his servants see his face. Revelation 22, 1-4. The source, the word, the breath, and a people who at last fully know him. The loose photographs were never loose. It was one story of one God making himself known, all the way down, and the figure in every frame was the same. That is what the Memra did to my Bible. It made it one. And it is why every study I've written since reads by this single light. The good news that runs from this garden to that empty tomb, the adversary measured against this one God, the long silence of Job, held inside this same presence. The life of Yeshua walked as the life of the Word made flesh. Not one of them would read the way it does without what you've just read. The lens adds nothing to the story. It only lets you finally see the one who was in it the whole time. One thing remains, the single seam I told you I could not close. Let me end there, honestly.